There is a darkness that has persisted through the ages, an age-old fear that never truly died. While we often think of witch hunts as a relic of the past, of the Salem trials or medieval Europe, modern society is not immune to the same paranoid forces that drove those frenzies. Today, the witch hunts may look different, but they are no less real. They live on in conspiracy theories, mob justice, and the unyielding search for someone to blame. Witch hunts are not merely the stuff of history books. Though the stakes and settings have changed, the dynamics remain eerily similar. Throughout history, the fear of witches was often a projection of social anxieties, scapegoating individuals, especially women, for misfortunes ranging from bad harvests to unexplained illnesses. The targets were accused of conspiring with evil forces, and few dared to speak in their defense. Fast forward to the present, and it becomes clear that while the fear of literal witchcraft may have faded, the hunt for supposed wrongdoers has not. Today's witches come in different forms. Scientists, activists, public figures, or even everyday people accused of participating in vast conspiracies. Modern witch hunts are fueled not by superstition alone, but by misinformation, social media echo chambers, and the psychology of fear. And the internet has made the spread of unfounded accusations easier than ever. Conspiracy theories that once lingered in the margins of society have found new life in the digital age, where a single rumor can reach millions within hours. It's no longer the village square, where accusations are shouted, but rather Twitter feeds and Facebook groups, where public outrage can quickly escalate to real-world consequences. What we see in modern witch hunts is a kind of social contagion, where fear and anger spread rapidly from person to person. This is driven by what's known as confirmation bias. People are more likely to believe information that supports their existing views and dismiss anything that challenges them. Add to this the effects of groupthink, and you have a recipe for modern witch hunts, where people can become convinced of guilt without substantial evidence. History has shown us time and again that moral panics are often cyclical. The satanic panic of the 1980s, for instance, saw widespread fear over alleged ritual abuse by satanic cults, leading to wrongful accusations and imprisonments. There was no credible evidence for most of these claims, but the sheer hysteria was enough to ruin lives. The parallels between this and today's conspiracy theories are striking. The consequences of modern witch hunts can be devastating. Take the example of Pizzagate, a conspiracy theory that falsely alleged a child trafficking ring operated out of a pizzeria. It culminated in an armed man entering the restaurant, convinced that he was rescuing children who, in reality, never existed. Or consider the wave of misinformation during the COVID-19 pandemic, where doctors and scientists were targeted for promoting health measures like vaccination or lockdowns. Some received death threats, and others were harassed online, accused of being part of a global conspiracy. Social media algorithms tend to favor sensational content, what we call clickbait. This often means that outlandish conspiracy theories or accusations get more visibility than the truth. Once an accusation gains traction, it becomes very difficult to dispel. This digital age has created a kind of echo chamber where misinformation can thrive. It's not just celebrities or public figures who become targets. Ordinary people can find themselves at the center of a modern witch hunt. It may start with a single tweet or post taken out of context, but quickly, the internet mob demands justice, retribution, or worse. Innocent until proven guilty seems to hold little weight in the court of public opinion. Cancel culture, doxing, and online harassment are just some of the modern tools of the witch hunt. Those accused may face not only reputational damage, but also threats to their safety. While some argue that canceling is a form of social accountability, the lack of due process and the potential for misinformation to spiral out of control remain significant issues. In today's polarized climate, it's easy for misinformation to gain traction, especially when it aligns with certain political or social narratives. People tend to see what they want to see, and they often don't bother to fact-check before sharing. In this sense, modern witch hunts are more about ideology than truth. The term witch hunt may have evolved, but the underlying mechanisms remain the same: fear, scapegoating, and the search for someone to blame. As long as there is uncertainty in the world, there will be those who seek simple answers, even if those answers lead to harm.